Hello Aquarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, it doesn't cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here you are as the magician. This is somebody who knows what is trying to manifest through them. You know what your sort of purpose is in life, and you are doing your very best to be a pure and clear channel for that divine light. Right? Very often we ask ourselves, what is it? What is this divine energy that's trying to manifest through me? Right? Having the answer to that question, or working toward the answer to that question, it's kind of the, who am I, why am I here type of question, right? Working toward that answer puts us closer and closer to this pure magician energy, where we are able to manifest that light. Whatever is coming through us, that we are now a clear channel, and we are able to manifest it in a very authentic, very pure way. Okay? This is also an energy that's very adaptable, very flexible, and we have to be that way if we're going to properly manifest this spiritual light and fulfill our destiny. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. Let's see what's going on here with you. There's the Five of Pentacles. We have the Death card. We have a Nine of Cups. A Six of Pentacles. Wow. And a Nine of Pentacles. Holy cow, okay. That's really good energy. And I think that it's involving a lot of you're adapting to something right now, right? You're adapting to what this Five of Pentacles is. Some sort of challenge, some sort of obstacle. Things are changing, right? You are changing in order to sort of more accurately live this life. 9 and 9, Cups and Pentacles, right? Live this destiny that is yours. We have an Ace of Swords. We have a Princess of Pentacles. We have the Chariot card and a Ten of Cups. Oh my God, you got a lot of you got all the best cards here. The only challenging card, of course, is the Five of Pentacles, that ability for you to sort of meet the needs of your situation, to meet the needs of the work that you're trying to do, right? You're up against a challenging situation. We don't just show up every day doing the same thing against the same obstacle and expecting something to change, right? No, we've got to come the next day. We've got to come at this work a little bit different than we were yesterday. We've got to always be growing and adapting and reconfiguring ourselves in order to, to keep this thing going. I like that we have the Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles here. Very, very good. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're going to set it down right here with Clark W. Griswold III, a.k.a. Sparky, right there on top. And now we're not going to look at that card until the very end. I better turn on the timer here. Try not to let these readings go too long. If at any point during the program you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. Okay. Let's take a look around the room here. Major Arcana, we've got, of course, the Magician, the Death card, and the Chariot. Okay. We've got, we don't have any fire energy now. We have a lot of good water. We have a little bit of air, really good air, too. And, of course, we have our earth, and earth cards. A lot of earth. Okay? And With the Magician card, it really is that question, what wants to enter the world through you? Because the Magician is the one that is receiving the energy from above, that divine energy, that spiritual light, right? And is able to then manifest it out in the world. That's your destiny. That's your purpose, is to take whatever that divine light is that is entering into you from above or wherever it comes from, and figuring out how we can manifest it in the best way possible. Becoming that clear channel, a pure conduit. Okay? It's kind of like we are merely the messenger. And we have to transmit that light. Okay, we need to conduct that light through us and out into the world and manifest whatever this divine light is, whatever its nature. Okay? And when we do that to the best of our ability, it's an ongoing process of trying to always do it better. We're always trying to become the best magician that we can be. So the Five of Pentacles is really us figuring out, how do I need to grow? How do I need to change? How do I need to adapt and evolve? What things do I need to do differently, right? So that I can continue to be the very best conduit for this energy. And we see that even here with the Nine of Cups to the Nine of Pentacles. They're active cards. These are the functions, right? We're living our purposeful life. We are manifesting that purpose, right? Because we are this pure conduit. And sometimes we have to make little adjustments in our behaviors, in our plans, in our processes, in our protocols, in our methods, right? In order to continue gaining ground, to continue making progress, right? So the Five of Pentacles is the card of change. That things are changing. You are changing, right? I think you're doing so consciously. I think that you are you're figuring out what things are in your way, what blockages you might have that might be disrupting the flow of that spiritual electrical current, right? Of that divine light that's flowing through you. The Five is the awareness of the blockage that was there that was kind of impeding the flow, slowing things down a little bit. And now with the Five, we're changing it. The blockage is getting broken up, right? And it's able to pass through. I don't know why this is gross, but it reminds me when I had a kidney stone, because it's the same kind of thing, that it's something that's impeding the process. Okay, and it needs to be cleared away. And this could be some major thing. It could be some little things. It's an ongoing process. I don't think this is anything all that specific. It's saying that we have to continue to face the challenges in our life, to face whatever things we are aware of that are blocking us, that are preventing, it's sort of like the knots of karma. It's the buttons that get pushed. It's our weak spots, our sore spots, any kind of blockages that we have internally that we need to work on. Make some changes. How do we need to grow? How do I need to do things differently? We need self-awareness for this process. We need a willingness within us to adapt and change and confront ourselves so that we can continue to manifest this divine light that's within us and give authentic and adequate expression to whatever wants to enter the world through you. Okay? And if we don't have a willingness to grow or change or to be flexible or to adapt, we're not going to do a very good job manifesting this divine energy, and I don't think we're going to have all that satisfying of a life, So, with that Five, with our willingness to break up those knots, to clear those blockages, we're able to go from a 9 to a 10, right? It's that little extra. You're a good magician now. Taking care of this Five of Pentacles, you're going to be the greatest magician, right? And so we're always looking for ways that we can get a little bit better. We can do a little bit more, even with the Nine of Pentacles. Life is always a process. It's always going to continue. There is always more to do. There's always more I can aspire to, there's more I can learn. I can always get better and better and better. And that's the 9 of Pentacles. And the more we're able to adapt, and the more we're willing to look at where our sore spots and our buttons and our weaknesses are, the more progress I will make, the more successful will be my life. Success being defined as my ability to manifest whatever the spiritual current is that's flowing through me, right? My ability to do that effectively is what we term success. Now, you're living a successful life, okay? And this is how you do that. By being willing to adapt. Maybe you have to learn a new skill. Maybe you have to unlearn a bad habit, right? Maybe you have to change a habit. You have to change the way you've been doing something. Maybe there's something, with our relationships. There's something to do with how we're sort of handling our resources. Okay? So it could be a lot of different things. Now, the Death card underneath everything, this is the fundamental force of change. It's kind of like, this is saying that, look, life is going to continue on no matter what. The Death card is always slowly and steadily marching forward. It's not in a hurry. It's going to get to everybody eventually. We're either walking hand in hand with this fundamental force of change, or we're sort of getting bombarded by it. We're getting surprised by it. We either embrace the Death card, or we are subject to and victims of the Tower card. Hopefully that's not the mystery card. The Tower card are those abrupt surprise changes of life. Whereas the Death card is sort of, it's slow and steady. It's something that we can sort of, we can walk hand in hand with this. We can function in tandem with this. And that's part of the magician's ability to nudge the river a little bit. That we have some intentional input, some efficacious input into the way our life evolves, the way our circumstances, our world, our universe, for all intents and purposes, right? My point of consciousness and everything around me extending out to infinity. We have a little bit of say in how that goes. We have a little bit of say in how we evolve as beings and how our life evolves. Otherwise, we're just along for the ride, tower moment after tower moment. We're getting tossed around by the waves. It's not fun that way. So we have to be willing to open our eyes and take a look at what's going on and make the necessary changes to steer the boat a little bit, okay? Because this is going to happen regardless. We might as well have a little bit of say in it, a little bit of input, right? Not much. We can't stop the universe in that way, but we can have a little bit of say in how it develops, and how it goes, which is really the 9 of Pentacles, and how things progress. We have a little bit of control over that, not complete control, right? We're on this river of change, and we've just got a little tiny paddle that we can steer the boat with, and that's all we can really ask for, and that's enough, The 9 of Cups in the background here, this is your idea of a happy life. I feel like you have abundance both on the physical, financial plane, but as well on the emotional and intellectual plane, and indeed on the spiritual creative plane. I think when we are doing our very best to live our purpose, to be true to our soul and what is trying to enter the world through us, right? Who we are and why we're here, then our lives are enriched in every way on all those planes of being, not just the spiritual and creative planes. Or we're following the sort of destiny, we're following our purpose and what kind of spirit wants us to do here, But also intellectually, emotionally, and physically, financially, our lives are being enriched. There is a sense of purpose here, okay? So I feel like you're somebody who really knows why they're here. You know what you're supposed to be doing. And sometimes we run into these blockages, these obstacles, and they're frustrating. I think you have a confidence in yourself that any of the obstacles are Nothing compared to the satisfaction, the enrichment, the joy and bliss of living this purposeful life. See, we've got no fire energy here at all, right? Because I think the fire energy would indicate that there's kind of a, almost an anxiety, that there's almost a fighting kind of energy. And this isn't a fight. This isn't a struggle. We're not wrestling with anything. We're flowing naturally like water, right? We are just sort of, we're cruising a little bit here. So we don't have the fire because I feel like the fire would be too much of this aggressive or conflict kind of energy. And even with the swords cards, we have one sword card, and it's basically clear mind, right? It's basically an empty mind and a very full heart, because we're not planning, scheming, plotting. We're not worried. We're not stressed. We're not fighting against anything. We're going with the flow, and we're just nudging the boat easily along to avoid too many difficulties, to get through the difficulties that we can't. If we can't go around it, well, we're going to go through it, and that's okay. And there's an ease to things. Yeah, we don't need a whole. We don't need the MapQuest directions printed out. We don't need the turn-by-turn directions. We're going to figure it out. We're going to. To me, this is really the card of enlightenment. Where the mind can be clear. We're receiving the direct light from Spirit, and this is what we are trying to channel through into the world. This is what we're trying to manifest. So this is kind of like the antenna at the top of your head. And it's just coming in loud and clear. And we're doing our very best not to mix the signal up, not to corrupt the data, and just to be able to allow that throughput. It's input and output, right? This is the input. And you're somebody right now your antenna is raised up to the heavens, and you're receiving that spiritual download. You know what your purpose is. And the thing is, like, our instructions may change. The data is always coming in. So it's not like you're just meant to do one thing for your whole life, and that's it. You're meant to be, a cobbler to make shoes, That's not it. It's not really about what you're doing, but how and why. And you're receiving constant instructions. That information is always coming in. And now it's just about how easily and how effectively we can manifest that divine energy that's always coming into us. I don't believe that we are just produced. We're created as a little container, and there's a little bit of spiritual light in there, and that's like your spiritual DNA. And it's like, here, you're supposed to go and be this person. No, I think that energy is always coming in. I think we are all just like receivers, and we're just like these little, radio antennas that it's our job to receive and to transmit. And that indeed is what the magician does, receives and transmits. Mercury, Hermes, is the lord of communication, of transmission, of electricity, of radio waves and brain waves and frequencies and all of this kind of stuff. And that's what we're trying to do, and we're trying not to get in our own way. We're trying not to get in the way of Spirit. Yeah. The Six of Pentacles up at the top here. Our job is to keep the antenna, keep the whole thing functioning properly, right? The Six is the perfection. The Six is when things are resonating just absolutely perfectly. Okay? And it doesn't always resonate this perfectly. Things are not always in this harmony. We're not always functioning so smoothly. Things are not always in alignment. We live in this world of contending forces. So we're going to get a Five of Pentacles quite often. Probably every day there's some challenge for you to confront. Some days larger, some days smaller. But confronting these challenges is a way for us to bring our life and our work, our will, the reality of the universe back into harmony. And then over time, it sort of starts to slip out of harmony a little bit, and then we come by, the magician comes by and says, nope, get back in there. And things are back in this state of perfect balance, perfect alignment, where the engine is just humming along perfectly It's singing like music, And then, here it comes again. We got to nudge it back into place. That's our work. That's our job, is to just keep things in this kind of harmony, which is, again, it's different for everybody what the actual details of this are. Maybe you're a business person, maybe you're an artist, a creative, maybe right now you're at school, maybe you're learning new things, maybe you're teaching, maybe you are a spiritual guide, maybe you're a healer, right? Maybe you're in finance. I mean, the magician can be all of these things. And indeed, I don't think it's just one thing. I don't think you're the cobbler, you're the banker, right? You're the one that's doing the YouTube stuff. You're the one, I think that we can all wear a lot of these different hats. Okay, and I think we have to. And I think that the magician is the one that basically, whatever orders come down the pipe, the magician is the one that's got to put on that hat. Well, I guess I'm the banker today, right? Well, I guess I'm the healer today, putting on the different hat. We can all play all of these roles. And I think that the best kind of, the most efficient type of person that we can be is to kind of be the jack of all trades. I don't think there is anything wrong with that. Because it's our ability to handle any problem that comes our way. Well, I guess I'm the plumber today. Let me get my plunger, It doesn't matter. If this is, we're doing our very best to try to maintain this harmony and this resonance in our lives, in our reality. Whether this is you in school or in a business or in a family or in a sort of a healing vocation or a teaching role, whatever it is. Yeah, whatever hat you're wearing. We have to confront these obstacles, and that's what you are doing. And you're maintaining this harmony. The more days like this we have, the more progress we make. And it's just kind of like the machine is running just fine. I'm here. If something starts to sound a little different, I'm in there with the wrench, tinkering with it until it's running smoothly again. And it's going to keep going, and life is going to get better and better. Things are going to proceed, and there's going to be progress upon progress, and it's a functioning thing, right? This is really, you have all the best energy here. There are really no problems here at all. Everything here is about you fixing the problem. You hear a little squeaky wheel, well, it gets the grease, and guess what? It's running smoothly again, and we keep chugging along right on track, okay? And now, Path of the Serpent. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, by the way, please do. It is totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from, okay? Your general energy, obviously, is one of just keeping that line of communication open to Spirit so that you can continue to receive the orders, and then the magician can kind of know what to do and how to do it. And it's sort of like we get these instructions on a need-to-know basis. I don't think very, very many of us are privy to the entire plan. All the secrets of the universe, the big picture. What is the big divine plan for any of us or all of us? We don't know. Not many of us do. I mean, when somebody says they do, maybe we should be a little bit skeptical. Because I feel like we generally get just what we need to know in the moment. Right? We get the little printout, we tear the sheet of paper, and okay, this is what I got to do right now. Not what I got to do 10 years from now, because that's going to be different. That's going to depend on really how well I do this thing today. And I think with the Five of Pentacles, it's kind of like, why are we going to worry about things that happened yesterday or tomorrow? This is what we got to do right now. This is what we need to know and what we need to focus on today. Okay? And I don't think Spirit's going to give us anything that we cannot handle. If you're receiving some orders, it's like, yeah, Spirit knows this is what you can take care of today. This is what we're supposed to do. Okay? The Princess of Pentacles, this I think is talking about the real success that you're experiencing, manifesting whatever this spiritual purpose is for you, whatever you're meant to do, right? Whatever you're doing. When we ask, what wants to enter the world through you, this is that process of kind of giving birth to that reality. Okay? mystery card might be the Empress, because the Princess of Pentacles is what we are kind of, this is us in that kind of the birthing process, that we are sort of manifesting this reality. The Princess of Pentacles perhaps is transforming into that kind of mother archetype, right, of the Empress. That paradise, that big rock candy mountain, the universe as it should be, right? And we're all doing that individually in our lives by becoming the very best magician that we can be. Always being up to the task, always being ready to confront the obstacles, to adapt, to learn, to change, to grow, to evolve, to nudge the river a little bit where we can and where we are inspired to do so that we can continue to manifest, to grow the garden. And this card's in the position of your environment. So I feel like you recognize the areas in life that need a little bit of work. And the Five of Pentacles becomes you over here sort of, tilling the dirt and, planting the seeds and tending to the garden. And I really feel that you are experiencing a lot of success. All the potential that's here. Look, all that verdant energy is returning. You see the green at the bottom of the card. All the life is coming. It's like what you're doing is working. And it's going to continue to work. And it's going to grow. And this is going to blossom into something extraordinary. Okay? I think this has to do with relationships. I think it has to do with resources. I think it's also an indication that the people, places, and things that you need on your path, it's kind of like the tools you need to do the job will be there. Okay? Maybe this is a work thing. Maybe it's just like you've got all of these responsibilities at work, and it's just you want to be able to trust that you'll have the tools you need to do your job, And I think that that you will. Those resources will be there. Okay. Now, the difficulty, or maybe perhaps the fear, worry, and concern, is the Chariot card. Okay. I think part of this Chariot card is us needing to recognize too that everybody needs a day off once in a while, right? Or that, there needs to be some personal rewards here too. Okay. And so we are functioning in service of something higher than we are. Okay. We are not doing anything. Something is being manifested through us. And yes, we're the ones that has to do the work, but it's something that we're just the conduit for, right? So we are in service to something higher. We are devoted to a higher purpose. At the same time, we have to be very willing to accept the rewards for that work, to accept the compensation, that you deserve to feel good. This is a card of our sanctuary, our home. Right? What is meant for us personally? We're not just out here in service to something else. Well, we've got to eat. We need water, shelter, food, right? We need love and joy, and we need to experience all the good things of life too. And I think that, especially with the Five of Pentacles, we work hard and we play hard. We put in this work. We are devoted, and guess what? This is like the, this is, I can't think of an example from history or whatever, but this is that knight in this chariot that is devoted to this higher principle, devoted to the emperor, let's say, or whatever, to the spiritual authority in life, yeah, and is willing to do whatever it takes to manifest the will, yeah, but is also very wonderfully and handsomely rewarded for all of that devotion, and so I think that this card is really, it's difficult for you sometimes to take the armor off and to let the good things happen in your life. A lot of this toil, right? This is a lot of work here, and we see the water energy back here and the water energy up here, and in between is really a lot of hard work. A lot of the earth energy, right? A 5, a 9, yeah. These are functions. This is a lot. This is activity, a lot of work. Well, the Chariot card sometimes it's saying, look, sometimes you got to park the chariot, take off the armor, take a hot bath, eat a good meal, have some luxury in life. Okay? You work very, 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 very hard. And you put yourself in peril every day to do what you know is your purpose in life. And you deserve to experience the rewards and to taste of the fruit of your labor. It's not always easy for you to kind of come home and take the armor off and really just relax and feel good and heal, right? And do the self-care stuff. A lot of that is this chariot energy. We've got to take care of the chariot. You know, we got to take care of the body. So don't neglect that your physical existence and the needs and even the higher desires. Sometimes you just want a little extra. Sometimes you just want a day off to to lie around the house in your robe and watch TV or watch YouTube tarot readings. And you deserve that. You've earned your repose. Okay? And this card's in the obstacle because you're kind of always on. You're always it's like you're always on call at work. You know, and when you're on call at work, I had jobs where I was on call. And it's like you could never really relax. It's like you slept kind of in your work clothes and your work boots, because you never knew when you were going to get the call, right, where you had to go in. And so you're never able to fully relax. And so we need to work on that, okay? And that, I think, is kind of like the last little bit of our Ten of Cups, where we want this full satisfaction of life. This is satiety. This is happiness here. Happiness is doing the work, living the life. Satiety is just kind of that satisfaction at the end of the night where you just sort of relax, you got your feet up or you're lying in bed and you're just about to go to sleep and you just kind of feel like, wow, today was a great day. I feel good. I'm exhausted, but I feel so good. I'm so satisfied with my life, And then we sleep like a baby. And we wake up tomorrow and do it again, right? Let's look at our mystery card. I think this is a wonderful reading for you. And I think it's a great reading considering the last few readings that we've had for you. I mean, this is happiness. This is success. This is gain. I had a little bit of worry. This is satisfaction, satiety. This is clarity, right? This is giving birth to our potential in life. You've got all the good cards here, okay? And the mystery card, maybe the Empress, maybe the Star. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Here we go. Strength. Well, okay. Strength, lust, it's a Leo energy. It's about courage and bravery. It's about your fiery passion. You are a warrior in this chariot, right? It's also about it's kind of, again, it's a card that says, you know what, you play hard, or you work hard and you play hard. That you are this beast of a warrior, right? And then you're going to enjoy life in this extreme way as well. You've got desires. Sometimes you got to feed the beast. Sometimes you have to just acknowledge your appetites and satisfy your hunger for life. This is a card of becoming friendly with the beast. It's kind of like I don't know, it's like with a work animal. They do a good job and then they get pampered. Sometimes you got to pamper yourself. Sometimes you have to indulge yourself in what you're really hungry for, because you've earned it through all of your hard work, all of your devotion. And this is really, really good. This is an ability to control ourselves, control our chariot, right, our body, but control our mind, control our heart and our appetites. And when we're not the beast isn't running wild, trampling all over everything that we've built, no. But we're allowing this beast to go have fun, go indulge, go root around in the dirt and go, eat the plants and all this stuff and roll around in the mud and do whatever you want because you've earned it, because you are living your life. And to me, this feels like this is the right way to live. Yeah, I'm very impressed with this energy. Wow, this is a very powerful reading. We're going to do an extended reading as well. We're going to do a hexagram from the I Jing. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Aquarius, usually on Thursday and Sunday. This is a special reading because I feel like you needed this kind of, I don't know, you need this reinforcement, or you needed this acknowledgement, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.